A brief message from your friendly neighborhood editing Pertuset. We tend to try to keep things pretty PG-13 around here, but this is an improv podcast, so who knows what we're gonna say. Sometimes we throw in some swearing, some sexual content, and some violence, so as a general warning, viewer discretion is advised. Also to be noted, the opinions stated about a certain tabletop role-playing game are just that, our opinions. We love the game and we like talking about it, so any criticisms are really just all in good fun. That being said, wizards, please hire us. Alright, with that out of the way, let's get on with the show. Do you have something ready? No, this is supposed to be your week to get something ready. Wait a minute, guys, we don't have anything ready? I don't even know what we're talking about this week, or what are we talking about? I don't know. You're supposed to look at the schedule. Guys, come on. How many times are we going to do this bit? Yeah, we've done this bit forever. Alright, but actually, what are we doing? I don't know. Well, then why did you say something? I don't know. Guys, come on. I made the schedule for a reason. It says it right there. Well, then go ahead and say it. I'm not going to say it. You just look at it. Guys, I have it pulled up. I'm pulling it up right now. Okay, well, what is it? What is it? I'm not going to tell you. Seriously? You're going to make me, the guy who has only 2 monitors, pull it up? Oh, only two. I'm working off of a laptop. Haha. Anyway, I think we're talking about Japanese stuff today. I think we're mostly talking about Japanese stuff. Oh, of course you'd say that. Hai, Nihongo wa wakarimasu yo. You know, after a while it stops getting any bit impressive. I'll be honest, I don't think I was impressed except for the first time. Oh, thanks for the impression the first time. At least you know more than one language. I partially know, I guess. Anyway, is this the cold open? I don't know. Let me think of some Japanese swear word to say. Hey everybody, welcome to the Nat One Podcast, aka Nope, because nope, you're not gonna want to hear what we're about to have to say. I'm Pertuset.
I'm Levi.
And I'm Jordan.
I'm trying my best out here. Hey everybody, welcome to the Nat One Podcast, aka Nope, because nope, you're not going to hear what we're about to say. I'm Pertuset, and I'm Pertuset. And the music's fading out, Wait, so is that actually what we're talking about? Yes, that's what we're talking about. I knew the whole time. As always, I looked it up like 5 minutes before we started recording. Well, at least somebody did. So I don't really have a whole lot to talk about regarding this. I know mostly I'll defer to you guys about some. Presumably you're gonna talk about anime. Yeah, definitely we're gonna talk about it. Yeah, we're gonna talk about anime. Yeah. It's not really Japanese per se, but are we gonna end up talking about the little the impacts, the few little impacts we'd play? Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. It's anime adjacent. I mean, anime style. That's probably good enough, right? Like Jordan, you can probably talk about the Star Wars Visions, right? That was anime adjacent. It's Star Wars, right? Oh yeah, I might be able to talk about that. I loved Star Wars Visions. It was so good, except for a few episodes. I didn't watch it. Yeah, it's alright. We've talked at length before about how you don't really care for Star Wars. It's not that I don't I don't hate it or anything. Happy May the 4th, that's already been way past now. But, you know, it's not my cup of tea. Yeah, I much prefer Firefly. Star Wars is great too, though. I love them both. Don't make me pick. Alright, Jordan, we're gonna make you pick. Pick one right now. No! Star Wars. Sorry, Jordan. Why do I feel like you're not sorry? Okay, guys, alright, so there is one thing I immediately actually wanted to talk about, even though I'm not going to have a lot to say. I felt like at least one of you might have a lot to say. And that thing is, if we're talking about Japanese stuff and Japanese media, although, I mean, people probably think of it this way, but let's talk about the new Legend of Zelda that just came out, Tears of the Kingdom, right? I've only played a few of them myself, but I know, first off, it's Japanese, even though it doesn't take a whole lot from Japanese, culture or anything. It's just a Japanese-made game, but it's set in just a fantasy world. But I figure we should probably talk about that first. I am so looking forward to it. I've been waiting for this. It's probably my next most anticipated game next to Elden Ring. Of course, that's already come out now, so it's probably my most anticipated game, yeah. I don't have anything against it. I'm probably not going to play it, but I'm sure Terran's already had a blast with it. And I do like Legend of Zelda games. I've especially seen whenever the things Terran's played. Yeah, I already made the joke in our group chat earlier that Terran's probably got the game beat, like, minutes after the game came out. Also, after I sent that message, TJ came back with the game as well. I don't think he's played it quite yet, though. Of course, by the time this episode comes out, that'll change. Yeah, I'm gonna probably wait for my next paycheck, and then I'm probably gonna get it. So, yeah, I mean, have we talked about Legend of Zelda before on this podcast? I feel like we've at least mentioned it, but, we've got a lot of episodes now, guys. It's hard for me to remember what we've talked about, what we haven't talked about. I think we had to have talked about it one time. I feel like I remember us talking about, the art style and stuff. Yeah, I think we talked about the lore at one point, but did we do that on, a games episode, maybe? Probably? I don't know. I think, they also had a manga, right? And then, of course, who could forget the old, what was that? It wasn't a web cartoon or something like that. It was some sort of tune. Who could forget the tune? Yeah, I remember. The salesman joke became a huge joke. It was funnier before it became popular, though, honestly. Oh, is that what that's from? Yeah. I never knew. I was wondering what that ugly art was. Listen. We make fun of it because we love it. It's bad because it's good. It's like The Room. Do not compare The Room to that. It's true. He kind of right, though. I think I've mentioned before, I've only played some of the older ones. I did play Breath of the Wild. It's been 4 years since I played Breath of the Wild. I liked it alright. I'm probably not going to play Tears of the Kingdom, but I hope it's everything everybody anticipated. I mean, Legend of Zelda, they don't really miss. They haven't missed in a while, so it's probably going to be pretty good. Yeah, I feel kind of bad almost for other video games coming out this year, because you already know for a fact that they're going to lose out to Tears of the Kingdom in almost every category. Guaranteed. I don't even know what else is coming out this year, but that's aside from the point. I don't know. Let me check real quick. Yeah, that's kind of the problem. You can see that in films as well. Whenever some really star-studded movie comes out, kind of makes the rest of the year look like a downer, huh? Yeah, totally. There's a lot of things I'm like that, yearly. Just something comes out that the whole year is defined by. You know what came out in 2020? No, let's not talk. No. Okay. Seriously, though. If that's all we can talk about for Legend of Zelda right now, I do have another thing, of course. If we're talking about Japanese media at large, I guess wait. We're just gonna move on from that. There's so much more we can talk about. I mean, well, there's interesting lore. I guess there's a connections between some of the games. It's very interesting. The art is pretty unique, more or less. It's identifiable, if nothing else. The characters. It defined a bunch of kids. Childrenhood? What's the plural of children? Do not say childrenhood. So I don't know what the plural of childhood is. Childhoods? That does not sound better. I'd take childhoods over childrenhood any day. Okay, listen. You know what I meant, though. The sound design in Legend of Zelda is very impressive. I like how the musical cues line up with what you do in the game most of the time. That's pretty cool. But that's really all I can think about that's especially cool. Breath of the Wild was really good in how much, I don't know, creativity, customizability, different ways to play. But, the longer we got into future years, the more that's become par for the course. I don't know. I think they got something special. It's something only they can do. Only something they can really achieve. Breath of the Wild is special in how they do it differently each time. I know Taryn won't stop talking about some of the speed runs, how you can just beat the game in 5 button presses or something. Yeah, I've seen a few of those. They do look really crazy. But I mean, I don't got anything else to say. Are we good? Are we good now? I guess we can move on, I guess. It sounds like you have something else you want to talk about anyway. Yeah, you're just trying to dodge you're just going on to something else now? You just want to move on? And I'm like, yeah, okay. I guess, we can stay on Legend of Zelda if you want, but I'd rather move on. Okay, let's move on then. Okay, let's move on. Yeah, that's right. That's right. We're gonna move on. Exactly as I drew up in the sand. Why do you keep doing that, man? Okay, so another thing that I immediately thought of. I mean, of course, there's anime. We'll get to that in a second. We did have a big old anime episode, though it's been over a year since we had that, so things have certainly changed, at least a little bit, in some of the stuff we've seen. Not mentioning quite yet our weekend group that us guys have sometimes where we watch different anime. Levi, don't say it. Do not say the name of the group. I know you want to. I'll put it in the comments. You better not. We're gonna blacklist you. Do not blacklist him from our channel. We need the subscribers. Listen, a point is worth a point. But no, I actually wanted to talk about some manga first. And the first thing that came to mind, the one thing that I've actually been keeping up with weekly, or I guess bi-weekly, since I watched it, is Chainsaw Man. I think last time we did the anime episode, I was talking about Chainsaw Man. Or maybe it was just when I was streaming. I can't remember for sure, but Chainsaw Man's kinda goated. I don't know if anyone's ever told you this before. You have told me several times, in fact, many times. And the more you say it, the more I think it's lambed rather than goated. What'd you say? Someone kick him from the group. It was worth it. No, but I do like it a lot. I do like it quite a bit. The Chainsaw Man manga is very interesting. It's been split up into a second part, and now, with this second part, the protagonist is actually a woman. And it's very interesting. I feel like, as with what happened with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, is happening with Chainsaw Man now. It's kind of being split up. It's moving from its shonen fan base, even though it was debatably ever a shonen. It's going into more of a seinen category, just like JoJo did. Which, Jordan, you may not be familiar, but seinen is grown-up, mature. It's like men or young adult sort of audience, tackling heavier subjects and stuff. Oh, okay. So, I'm very interested. I like it a lot more than surface-level stuff that the beginning of Chainsaw Man was, which it didn't take it long before it jumped over, I was gonna say. But yeah. I'm liking the place it's out right now. Of course, I say that in the most recent chapter, the titular Chainsaw Man just turned a motorcycle into a chainsaw motorcycle. It's very Batmobile-esque, very Thanos-copter. Not the Thanos-copter. It's giving Thanos-copter. Yeah, I know, but it's true. No way! Yes. Okay, spoilers, though. I guess, technically, spoilers for newest Chainsaw Man chapter. There is a Chainsaw Man motorcycle. Chainsaw motorcycle, I guess, I don't know. Otherwise, talking about other famous Japanese media, if we want to talk about famous Japanese manga, the other one that comes to my mind immediately is definitely Junji Ito. I was actually watching your guys, Levi, that you watch, Trash Taste. Oh, really? Yeah, I love those guys. Yeah, Trash Taste. Recently, I saw a quick little highlight. I didn't watch like a whole episode, but I watched a little highlight where they were talking about how Junji Ito can't be adapted. Now, I disagree. There were a lot of people in the comments that disagree that he can't be adapted, but I do think it's very hard. And the reason why, and we've talked about Junji Ito before, I feel like we had to have talked about him during Halloween time because he's spooky scary guy. Yeah, we did. I remember you talked about him. Yeah, so not a whole lot of new on that front necessarily, but I still do think it's insanely impressive that he's a guy that made, like, he's to the point where there are people who don't watch anime or manga at all, but love horror, and they'll be like, oh, Junji Ito, I know his name. I think that's super cool. Yeah, there's been a handful of those. What is it? He had like a breakout one that became kind of like a hit web thing. It was his, the one with the holes or whatever. Yeah, the Enigma of Amigara Faults. That was like people were sharing it around like it was a creepypasta almost. Yeah, I think I've heard about that now you mention it. Yeah, so that's just one of his works, but that's one of the ones that kind of broke out and was like, people thought it was just some sort of scary comic, but then people that were interested started going like, oh, who's this Junji Ito guy? And they started getting into the real stuff. Because I'm going to be honest with you, as the ultimate contrarian I am, here we go, I don't really care for Enigma of Amigara Fault compared to the other works. I think it's fine, but I don't think it's as good as like Layers of Fear or his long forms Gyo, Uzumaki, and Tomie. But whatever you say, buddy. Yeah, I do say. That's all the manga that I really had in mind I wanted to talk about. You guys? Yes, I'd love to talk about all sorts of manga. New Wes Anderson manga, in fact. Oh, really? Yeah, okay, yeah. I don't really read manga. That's more of Taryn's thing. I feel like we have to mention Taryn reads it a bunch as well. He's probably already read the Tears of the Kingdom manga. Is that a thing? No, that's not a thing. Okay, fine, whatever. Okay. Let's move on to anime, Jordan. Let's talk about the weekly animes that you've been keeping up with. Uh-huh. No. Okay. So, at the season this is currently airing, obviously there's some heavy hitters. I feel like I'd be remiss if we didn't mention the big one, which, Levi, you've been watching a bunch of? No, I haven't gotten around to it yet. I'm gonna watch it eventually. It's just, is that on Crunchyroll? No, that's on High Dive. Well, I'll have to do what you're doing in Assassin's Creed right now and sail the seven seas. Dude. But yes. No, we're talking about Oshi no Ko, or I believe the English title they're giving it is My Idol's Child, which is the translation for it, but I just think, especially more than almost any other series, the Japanese in this is way superior to the English. Jordan, what do you think? Well, what's it about? My Idol's Child. I don't really like that. It kind of reminds me of childrenhood. Stop, shut up. So, Oshi no Ko, spoilers for Oshi no Ko. Well, I'm gonna try to give it like a simplistic one. Didn't you really describe it to me before, and it has to do with some guy dying or something? No, dude, shh. So, basically, what it's about is the children of an idol, and the idol passes away, and her children have to grow up, but they have a chip on their shoulder, and it's two of them. They're twins. So one of them is trying to it's a story about grief at the end of the day. So on one hand, we're learning about a girl who's trying to remember her mother by getting into the entertainment industry and being as good as she is, if not better, right? And then she had a son who's a twin brother to the sister, and he wants vengeance. He wants to find a target for who did this to his mom, and of course the actual perpetrator is no longer around. I don't want to say it for YouTube sensibility's sake. But he isn't really around, so now the son is trying to find their father, who wasn't in the picture, and he's trying to villainize them. He's blaming them for not being there, and at some point, sure, but it's a very interesting story, because he has to, the way he's trying to find him is by connecting with a bunch of entertainment people, like directors, producers, people that were related to his mom professionally, and he's trying to hunt down his dad through them. So he's doing acting gigs, but he doesn't want to. It's very calculating, very interesting. Yeah, that does sound very cool. Yeah, no, it's all about the evils of the entertainment industry, at least in Japan, but I feel like a lot of it's translatable, you know what I mean? Very, very evil Hollywood type stuff. I really do need to get around to watching that. Yeah, you do. It's definitely my favorite of the season. Every week, that's the one I look forward to the most. Of course, there's not a whole lot of other stuff coming out right now, but still, that actually sounds very good. I might have to get Taryn to help me to watch it or something like that. Yeah, no, Taryn, I believe he's read the manga, because of course he has. Man, we're really laying into Taryn this episode. Yeah, I wish if we should lay off a little bit. Okay, but this one wasn't even a dig on him though. He has just read all of this manga, and he hasn't spoiled me on it yet, but he attests to it. So I'm almost to the point where I'm going to start reading ahead, but I just really like the animation version right now. I really like the music too. The music's fire, man. You got to listen to it. Otherwise, there's a few other things coming out this season. Didn't you tell me there was a new Dr. Stone? Yes, there's a new Dr. Stone. What is Dr. Stone? Is it like that one Dr. House or something? No, it's not at all about that. They do say it in the first season. They have a very roll credits moment. I am Dr. Stone. Bum, 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 bum. No, it's not he's, okay. That one, I'm not going to give you the synopsis. It's been around for a long time, but basically this season they invent naval travel. They're going to where? They're going across the ocean. I knew, I was trying to make a joke. Okay, listen, I got you, alright? But That's the only other thing going on this season. And I do also highly recommend Dr. Stone. Yeah, Dr. Stone's very good. It's pretty good. I didn't watch the movie. There was a movie too, right? Yeah, there was a movie. It really just felt like a long episode. Like, you know, some anime movies kind of feel like a huge thing with a big budget and everything. This did not feel like that. It just felt like a long episode. Respectable. True, especially since most anime movies are like not canon and it's super annoying. And this one was still canon, so I'll take it. That kind of sucks. Yeah, trust me, it does. Anything else going on this season? Well, I've got the list pulled up here, and I'm not seeing a whole lot else. There's a few interesting things, but I'm seeing a lot with the word isekai or reincarnate in the title. Man, when is Japan gonna learn? People are over it. Probably whenever people get over it. Didn't you guys talk about that trend last year and how tired you were of it then? Yeah. Wow. It's kind of like Marvel fatigue, right? Except, like, at least with Marvel, they don't get too bad, but this has just been really bad. Especially because it's been, like, several seasons or series per season. Man, I was done watching after the second season of ReZero, I'm gonna be honest, like... Yeah, it's been a bit much, you might say. Now, I did want to mention something special. I figure we might as well announce it here. So, Levi, would you like to do the honors? Oh, are we... So, this summer, Nat One presents Minecraft. No, we're not talking about that one. We're not doing Minecraft? No, we are doing Minecraft. No, guys, come on. No, I'm talking about the convention, Levi. Oh, you're talking about where we're going to Colossal Con? Yes, we're going to Colossal Con. Yeah, we're going there. We did that last year. Yes, but this time we're going as presenters. That's right. Why did you say it like that? I don't know. Okay, listen. All right, I have the dates pulled up here in front of me just in case. So, first off, Colossal Con. Yay! If you remember, if you're a longtime fan of the series or the channel, you'll notice last year we went to Colossal Con. We were just there as like con goers, but we took a big old TikTok. We had a fun time, saw some people. This time we're going as presenters, and we got 2 panels. That's right, you heard them, 2 panels. So first off, on Saturday of the con, which if you look up Colossal Con, you'll see that the con is the first week of June. Like it's the first weekend, so it's like, I think the first day is May 31st. Yeah, that's the first, or it's May 30th, but it's the Wednesday. Yeah. So it's going to be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're only going to be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, however, and we got to talk about this later, actually. Our panels are Saturday at 1 a.m. That's right, 1 a.m., and I guess technically that means like Sunday at 1 a.m., and we're doing a special 18 and up Dungeons and Waifus panel. Ooh, spicy. Guys, do not get too spicy. We have a brand to uphold here. We're not gonna, Jordan, don't worry. But like, we're totally gonna, right? Yeah, no, we're totally gonna. Guys, please, this is why we can't have nice things. Alright, no, but don't worry. So we're gonna do that, and then Sunday, like actual Sunday, at 3 p.m., we're doing a Genshin panel. Yeah, Genshin and Chill. It's going to talk about Gen and Shun. Oh, please, talk about Gen. Alright, so Gen is this guy that I met down at the grocery store. What are you talking about? But yeah, so that's going to be fun. And of course, if you want to come see us, come meet us. I would say that, like, we'll have a special time and place for a photo op, but we are not nearly large enough to do something like that. So if you see us and come take a pic. I'll give you my autograph for actually nothing. In fact, I will pay you $5 to take my autograph. Did I say artifact earlier? No, you did not say artifact, but now I can tell you're thinking about Genshin. Yeah, I'm thinking. Listen, don't talk, don't draw attention to it. It's not real. You have a problem. Don't you think I know that? Last year was a fun time, though, wouldn't you think? Yeah, like I would know. Jordan, we know you didn't go last year, but... you can come this year. No, I can't. Okay, maybe next year. Guys. Okay, listen, whatever. Point is, at least Levi and I, and Taryn, the infamous Taryn we keep mentioning, he's come up like every time here. We're going to be going for those days, hanging out, doing fun stuff. And, yeah, I'm very excited. Colossal Con was Not really the first. No, the first one Jordan actually did go to. Yeah, Animaticon. That was really fun, although it was really small. Yeah, it was small. But, it's I still won't get over, well, Levi's already laughing at it. Taryn can't do the potato panel. Yeah, the last year we went was the last year of Animaticon. It's not happening again. So it's really funny that he was not... Was it 21 you had to be? No, it was 18. It was 18. It was 18. Yeah, 18. So you had to be 18 to attend a certain panel, and Taryn wasn't old enough at the time that we went, and then the con shut down, so he's never going to be able to go. But that one was fun. And then we did go to Colossal Con. That was the next one we went to last year, and it was a great time. Like... I know I was digging into the differences between this and OhioCon, other than their name and the time they are. Which, we also went to OhioCon. Yes, check out our TikTok from our coverage of that, where we hit a high note together. Remember that? Oh! Yeah, I remember. That was, yeah. But, so OhioCon was interesting. First off, it was in Columbus proper, whereas Colossal Con's up in Sandusky. But OhioCon was also in the winter, and Colossal Con is in the summer. And then the biggest difference that I thought about was that Colossal Con... Didn't you tell me that Colossal Con was, like, paid, but OhioCon was completely volunteer? Yeah, that's the very interesting thing. So, of course, they both require money to get your tickets and everything. But all the people that run OhioCon, it's completely... They just run it themselves. Like, it's entirely, they run it, volunteer-based. And then Colossal Con, it's like a business, sort of. I don't know, like in the con business, I don't know. Honestly, they're both really good, but you can kind of tell a little bit of difference in quality. At least Colossal Con was a little bit amped up. Or maybe it might have just been there at the time of year, I can't tell. But they're both great, though. Highly recommend both conventions. And Animaticon if it were still around. Rest in peace. R.I.P. F. Yeah, sure. Well, I guess we should probably get back on topic. Yeah, we've been talking about cons for like 5 minutes, guys. This is gonna be a pain to edit. Okay. Levi, do you want to talk about the impacts you were talking about earlier? Yes, I want to talk about... Well, I really want to talk about Honkai Star Rail. I said the impacts, but I mostly meant Star Rail. Or as you call it, no, we call it Honkai Star Rail, right? That's not what you call it. That is what I call it right now when we're on the air. What did you do? Didn't you hear me say it earlier? I said I call it... No, I'm not doing that. Nice try. You tried to get me. No, that's not happening. But no, Honkai Star Rail. Go ahead, Levi. Right, so I've actually been getting into the lore on this quite a bit. For those of you that don't know at home, Honkai Star Rail is another game in the same people that made Genshin Impact, Honkai Impact 3rd, if you couldn't tell, Hoyoverse, or MiHoYo, whatever. They made Genshin Impact, now they made Honkai Star Rail, it's their newest one. It's a turn-based game, there's elements, there's different types of DPS categories and tanks and whatnot. It's very good, very in-depth, and it actually has a lot of implications for the Honkai Impact lore. So if you didn't know, there's a certain character named Bronya in both games. And there's actually something very interesting with her. And I guess spoilers for Honkai Star Rail, but there's actually 2 Bronyas in Star Rail. So that's very interesting. And all the impact stuff in general, like the actual impacts, like you might just think they're called that. No way, it's not just called Impact just because we called Impact? Like, what? Yeah, no, it's crazy, right? Like, I actually thought they were just impacts, but no. Yeah, so the impacts are actually, like, in lore. They're actual events that happen. So basically, whenever the impact is whenever something changed the world. Now, listen, okay, let's not dig into all that right now. No, I'm just gonna... No, come on. We're... Time here. Okay, but basically, it's very interesting what's going on with Honkai. Like, they don't just share the same name. There's some characters that intertwine between the two, especially Welt is one of the characters that's actually just straight up from Honkai Impact 3rd in Honkai Star Rail. Yeah, it's very interesting, honestly. I did play Honkai Impact 3rd a little bit. Honkai Star Rail I like a lot. I've gotten pretty addicted to it, because it's, like with Genshin, I like it a lot, but it feels like I'm a little gated behind what characters I get and what I don't. Because they're both there. Gacha games! Love that gacha. But with Honkai Star Rail, it feels less important who I have and more important how smart I am, if that makes sense. I think it's hard to. There's no PvP I don't think of, so you can't really measure one person against themselves as far as who's better, smarter, stronger, whatever. Unless you were to, like, I don't know, speedrun or something. But the Honkai Star Rail speedrun, I'd like to see that. Yeah, any JRPG, turn-based strategy game speedrun, they're pretty boring, I think. But, yeah, in Genshin, it always felt like, and of course I'm still playing both. Yeah, me too. I'm at least doing my dailies. It's like, I can only, like, the Spiral Abyss is the great example, right? I can only get so far because I don't have the best team. Whereas in Star Rail, I feel like so long as I'm just smart about how I use my turns, I can beat almost any challenge. Almost any challenge. That's cool. That's really good. I guess that's a good game design, right? Yeah, and if you think about it, technically, there's a lot of overlap between Star Rail or any turn-based game. D&D. Okay, no, don't look at me like that. No, what is he on? Do not let him cook. He's cooking? No, but yes, I'm cooking. Don't let me cook. So, in D&D is at the end of the day a turn-based game, right? Everyone takes their turns, just like Honkai, and just like many other JRPGs like Persona and Fire Emblem and Shin Megami Tensei, and I'm sure there's more that I'm just not thinking of right now. But I've actually been inspired by some of the enemy designs in Honkai Star Rail for D&D's sake. Like, what's one in particular? Oh, I can't remember what they're called, but they're the Mirror Maidens, basically. I know what you're talking about. I'll look it up real quick. So there are these powerful female, I don't know, like sorceresses almost, and one of them commands the power of the imagination. That sounds so cool. Yeah. So what she does, as far as a mechanic, is she'll use a turn to summon 9 attacks, basically. And then on her next turn, she lets out all 9. But every time she gets hit, the number of attacks she releases goes down by 1. So imagine in a D&D setting, another character that does something just like that, right? They prepare to do 10 attacks, and on their next turn, 10 will go out. But if you hit them enough, it's going to go down to 0. You can save yourself so much hassle. But imagine that in a fight where it's them and a few other distractor enemies. It becomes very tough. Priority, right? Very interesting. I can see how that can be really cool. Honestly, I just want to be the sorceress lady. Yeah, also very cool. Trust me, I do too. I want to play as an imagination character. They seem really cool. That's the other thing. There's like the basic elements, and then there's a quantum, imaginary, physical as well. Yeah. Oh, and that's the other great thing I like a lot about it, is that in Genshin, your element almost determines, or your element or your weapon determines how your playstyle is. But in Honkai Star Rail, they can use any weapon. There's gun, there's sword, there's baseball bat, mahjong table. What? A mahjong table? Yes, actually a mahjong table. And it's just very cool. They can use any weapon, and instead of having a weapon type, they have a path that they're called. Basically, what their role is, whether they're DPS, tank, healer, support, debuff. It's very cool. It's very interesting. Yeah, I like it a lot. So, I mean, how are we looking on time here? Yeah, I think we're looking all right. We're looking. Do you have anything else you want to talk about? No, I'm pretty tapped actually. That's why I was asking. Well, it's gonna be like on a shorter end. It can be shorter. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I feel like we've talked a lot. Actually, I feel like we've talked a lot about different stuff. Yeah. So that is what's going on with some Japanese media right now. It's been a year since we've kind of tackled the subject, so figured it was due time for another one. So yeah, everybody. If there's nothing else to talk about, make sure you enrich yourself with some Japanese media or something. Or don't. Go watch a movie. There's that, go watch the Barbie movie. Or watch Oppenheimer. I think they're both going to be good. They can watch both. No, only watch the Barbie movie. Twice. Okay, whatever. Just for that, I'm going to watch the Oppenheimer movie twice. No, listen, there's no reason to be like this. No, we're done. No, roll the outro music. Oh my gosh. I'm going crazy, man. Oh, my head. I literally do. Ouch. So, RP Radio, this week's episode. I am playing the part of all my friends on the podcast, and I'm dying. I tried my best to emulate them while talking about some topic for at least 35 minutes. I think I did okay. Honestly, the one thing I felt was missing the most is I needed a laugh track of each of them to be able to play whenever I expected laughter or something like that as an interjection. But oh my gosh, help me! I'm going crazy. Wait, should I try to pretend this is a dream episode? Let me. Oh, I just had the strangest dream. I just dreamt that I was all 3 parts of Nat One Podcast. I was the Nat, the One, and the podcast. Oh, what a terrifying nightmare. Twilight Zone music. I can't.
Hey, we hope you enjoyed the episode you just listened to. If you really like our content, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications on YouTube, and look for us on Spotify. If you'd like to see us continuing to do more fun projects in the future, consider supporting us on Patreon. You can find our page linked in the description above all of our other social media links. And finally, if you'd like to keep up with the zany shenanigans of our lives and check out some more skit-based content and things like that, check us out on Twitter and TikTok, links in the description. And hey, thanks! A brief message from your editing, Jordan. While I agree that you should go watch the Barbie movie, we all know the movie of the summer is going to be Wes Anderson's Asteroid City. Just as much Technicolor, twice as pretentious.